Hey friends, on this automotive video I'll be replacing the rotor, replacing the brake pads on this BMW X5 from 2001, and I've made a video to show you the process. The first step is to locate the jacking point on your car. On this car it's just before the belly pan on the front, so you jack it up there, and once you jack it up, make sure you use jack stands. This is what will guarantee your safety for yourself, safety for your car, so please make sure you use a jack stand and put it in the right spot. And once you put your jack stands and just about lowering the jack, make sure that it's sitting correctly on the jack so you don't have any accidents. This is essential. You know what, this 3 1/4 impact wrench makes easy work of it. Spring out. I do this. Route a clip. Next, you can see it, but yeah, will be 2 tabs. So, but the top one is there. So you take these tabs out. There we go. Okay, 2 tabs out. This will be a 7mm Allen, so I'll take that out next. You have to get some leverage. There we go. Let me make sure I don't strip it. There we go. It's in. So yeah, make sure your Allen or whatever hex it goes in properly before you try to break it loose. Okay. There we go. One here. Underneath. There we go. Okay. 2 guide pins. So now this can be loosened. Just compress the brake, and you know, I wouldn't do this if I wasn't changing the rotor. Just gotta play with it if you're changing your rotor. Just gotta make sure that it comes out, but that's the thing. Now before I take it off, this side has the brake pad wear sensor. That's this cable that you see coming up. Pop it out like that. So just this one's kind of slides into the bleeder screw, and then I'll put that back in. Okay, so I'm taking it off, and this brake pad can come off. There we go. You can kind of see how it's in there. There we go. That's the brake pad wear sensor. It broke. Good thing is I have one, but that's the way it comes out. Now, once I get that, I can take my brake pad wear sensor out and just mount it on your coil springs like that. Don't let it hang by the brake line. Best to just leave it like that. And next I'll the other pad should come out. Again, pretty good, but shitty quality previous owner stuff. So and it. Perfect. 60 millimeters. Housing is out. All right. Next, I got to work on the rotor. Now there's a screw here holding the rotor. It's a 6 millimeter Allen. So I'm going to use one of these long ones, and kind of hold it there. In hindsight, I should have done this before I took those out. Alright. Good idea to put something to counteract the torque you're putting in, so that you don't strip this little retaining screw. Okay. Now, this should come out. Give the WD-40 a couple, just to let it work, and then it's hammer time. There we go. Nice and easy, came off. And remember, things like this, you gotta clean it up. So, let's just put it here. Much better. A lot of brake dust. So I'm using Freemax rotor. Has a good review, and I thought I'd give it a try. Now that set screw goes in this one. There's a recessed one, so just gotta align it with that piece. And there you go. Alright. Set screw goes in. Oops. Okay, that's on. Now the brake pad I'm using is Akibono. This is a good ceramic brake pad. It should work on this Freemax rotors. The one I'm taking off, even though it has a lot of meat on it, it's not ceramic. It makes this horrid screeching sound that I hate driving the car. Now I'm going to also put some brake lube on it, just to prevent any more squeaking and things like that. So yeah, let's do that. So first place I would put some of this brake lube is on the back of the pad, of course. You don't have to overdo it, just kind of put it where it's going to contact. It doesn't have to be a thick layer. It's just going to accumulate brake dust and become part of the stuff you have to brush off next time you take it off. So, say that much is about good. So it's a good idea to put it in here, just like where it's going to be contacting. Now we come over here, and then on this side I'm going to put it here. Just make sure you don't get this stuff on your rotor or on the face of the pad. A good idea to put it on the main caliper, just where it's going to contact. Don't put too much, just a little bit. One trick I learned to get the brake all the way in is to use a C-clamp. You know, just kind of squeeze it in slowly. Alright, now it's fully in. Again, these three clips go into the inside of the pad where the piston is. Then Oh, forgot. I should put the housing there first for the brake pads. This. This is the 16mm. Take you inside. Maybe my C-clamp trick is not the best because I saw some drip and I'm looking up and I think that's coming from the brake. That's brake fluid. Okay, push too much back. All right, gotta figure that out too. Damn it. Almost went well. Torque to 110 Newton meters. Brake pad wear sensor. So I'm going to orient it. This tab up because that's the way it's going to go in. And it kind of shows you that there's a bump. The bump's supposed to be on the top. And just slide it into the slot like that. That's it. There you go. So get it out through here first. Route it on this nipple here. Alright, the brake wear sensor is in. So just slide it in. That's holding. And I gotta do these two guide screws. These ones just go in these rubber. Insert. Okay, start it by hand. Same thing on the bottom side. Okay, started it by hand. Next, there we go. I almost messed up big time. This is supposed to go into the groove there, but I had wired my brake pad wear sensor around my brake line so it wouldn't reach, but thankfully it's new, so I was able to just disconnect it from the brake pad, take it off, reroute it, put it back in. So if you're doing yours, just remember, put this one not away, not around that, put it inside. And then this goes right here, bang, and then basically this connects up there. So now to take this off, it's just like a few plastic clips. There you go. Take it out. There we go. That came out. So this is my old one. This is my new one. And I need to put it here. Ah, there we go. Kind of press it and then turn it a little bit, and then it comes out. It's supposed to slide on each other, so this must go on like this. Yeah. Alright. The last thing to install is this retaining clip. So I go like that. This. There you go, it's in. Angle it, push it in. this makes a difference. Little swivel head. Now with these things, you gotta be a bit cognizant of don't exactly get the exact torque that you want. I'm using these. So I'll just give it a little. There we go. There we go. Done. Put the cap in. Put the cap in. Oh my god.
On this video, you saw me replace the brakes and rotors on my driver's side. I also did the same thing on the front passenger side. However, while I was doing that, I noticed the outer CV boot had been split open and all the grease had kind of flung out of there. So I had to also replace that. And instead of just doing the outer CV, I decided it would be easier to just do the whole thing. I don't know what the extent of damage was, so I decided to go ahead and replace the CV axle on the passenger side, and I also did a bit of video on that, so my next video that I'll upload will be of me replacing the CV axle. As always, thanks for watching, stay tuned, and keep up the good work. Cheers.